standing at the edge of a swimming pool. Everything is waiting for you to take the leap. Water is clear, sun is warm, you know how to swim. Everything is just ready. But you hesitate. You're like, what if the water is cold? What if I don't land in a...
What if there are sharks?
What if there are sharks in a swimming pool? What are the chances? What if I don't hold my breath well? What if all these questions that's going to keep you away from taking the jump, taking the risk?
The leap of faith.
The leap of faith.
Yeah.
So you decide, you know what? I'll do it later. But later never comes.
You just become a spectator.
Exactly.
To your own life.
Exactly. And you just sit on the side, watch people jumping, having fun, laughing. And the envious feeling crawls in. And you're like, I should have done this. When it is, I wouldn't say late. You can always climb up and take the jump.
Yeah.
But your inner comfort, let me call it, it's like, it's okay. Don't bother. You went down, you're not going to go up again.
This is where I left you guys from the last episode. Today we will continue to talk about...
Yes, and it is not just a swimming pool. It is
comfort.
It is comfort zone. It
comfort
is all
zone.
Your life choices, the risks and everything.
Before we dive into the topic,
yeah,
Ramadan Mubarak to...
Oh, thank you.
my brothers and sisters. Speaking of which, I've got a fun fact about coffee. Do you know that coffee was banned in Mecca?
Was it?
Yes, in the 16th century.
Not recently.
Not recently, thereabout. Because they used to fear that coffee was going to influence a rebellion or something like that.
How is that possible?
Okay, so they used to think that it's a drug, just like how marijuana is banned.
Yeah. It is a drug. Huh? It is a drug.
Yeah.
It is like
so this
classified
is why
as drugs.
Banned it. Yeah, that's why it was banned at that time. Anyway, moving to the second question.
Another fun fact.
Yes.
Do you know the most studied type of a drug in this whole world is coffee?
Yep.
Just try to type anything on Google about coffee. Endless research. But do we know for a fact? It is caffeine. It is blah, 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 blah. But there's still a lot of things we don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we should not know. So it doesn't become banned here and there. So yeah. Are you comfortable or are you itching? Do you feel the itch?
I am itchy.
I feel the itch to do something new in my life, especially lately.
Something new?
Yeah,
I mean... Before we get that, I'm just going to ask you another random question.
Go ahead.
Okay, just... where is coffee ranked amongst...
I'm itching to answer your question for now.
Where is coffee ranked amongst the most traded commodities in the world? Take a guess. Any number, random number.
What is what?
Where is coffee ranked?
Where is coffee ranked?
Yes, amongst the most traded commodities.
Okay. I would say number one.
Yeah, can't be that. What's the most traded commodity? Basic commodity. How should I put it like that?
Bread.
What?
Bread.
Crude oil.
What is it?
Crude oil.
Crude oil.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's just general. We're not talking about like food and beverages.
No, I just say as in globally.
Okay. I thought globally, but like food and beverages.
No, commodity can be water, anything.
Okay. Oil, yeah. Oil. Actually, not oil. I would say guns. But
okay, so it's crude oil.
Yeah.
Then coffee has raised to the ranks. I think last time I checked in 2003, it was 102. But now it's the second.
It's the second.
The demand is too much for coffee. And the prices lately,
skyrocketing.
They're skyrocketing. So, the last question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm done for today. I think I've exhausted all my itchy questions.
All of your itchy questions.
Yeah.
Let's go. Then let's dive into comfort zone. You see, you just did this. You felt comfortable, and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do the research. See,
it's not that I always take time to
do
look
your
into
research.
Coffee. Not research. To me, it's like a hobby. Sometimes I watch the trends. I watch what's new. I watch scientific researches. And this guy, what's his called? You're the coffee guy. The guy who's literally coffee.
James Hoffman.
But I'm not promoting him. But if you do get some time, please watch his videos,
I feel weird. I feel like a fanboy. Every now and then I text him. on Instagram. I admit it. I text someone on Instagram, ask him or send him random messages on the hope that one day he's gonna check. As a matter of fact, one of
Do
the
you feel
reasons.
disappointed sometimes?
No, because
Listen, I'm not. Listen to what I'm gonna ask you,
Go ahead.
my brother.
I don't feel disappointed. But
I haven't asked the question, but you're already replying.
I generally don't feel disappointed.
Okay, so when you fuck up when you're making a coffee, do you feel like you've disappointed him?
I shared the story once.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, my mom.
Sorry, my mentor.
My mentor.
Yeah. But I end up blaming it on filter or blame it on the grind
Of
size
course.
or the coffee quality.
You have to have an
It's
excuse.
never my fault.
Okay, so diving into this comfort.
Look, I'm gonna start with this. It is something that every person in life go through it. I did go through it. You went through it. Mr. Bahtiyar went. Why do I call you Mr. Bahtiyar? Right?
It's respect.
Out of respect.
Out of respect.
Yeah. Mr. Bahtiyar went through it until you get a wake-up call. And you know for a fact, when I got the wake-up call myself, you were like, you know what? You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Yep.
That's on that day forward, that was my slogan. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. You have to do something that's gonna change your life dramatically. And that's when I took the leap of faith and you were there to...
Are you going to mention this story every time?
Every time, because bro, it resonates with a lot of topics we talk about when it comes to work, whatever.
If for you to embrace growth, you have to move out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You have to take the risk.
Yes.
You have to take the leap of faith. You have to
Yes.
change. If you don't change yourself, you will stay in the comfort zone. And in the comfort zone, nothing grows there.
Literally, everything
You
is just
see?
on repeat.
You're just comfortable, same routine. We've talked about this
Yes.
thing, just being on autopilot in a way, you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, anyway, sorry to interrupt you. Anyway, in general, personally right now, and I don't consider myself on autopilot, I feel like I'm not living my life properly.
okay, you feel you're not living your life to the fullest.
Exactly. What if I'm
Now
in-
you're not. Now you're living. Now you're surviving. You're not living.
Yeah, but generally, what I want to say,
Yeah.
if I were just, and I'm not attacking guys like working as like 9 to 5 and whatever, but
Stop attacking me.
you are a different case. You know, you work 9 to 5, but yet you do a lot of side hustles. And Mr. Bhatia is like this. You work and you do some side hustles. You escape the matrix, my friend. But what I meant to say, some people are like, I'm not gonna call out names. Their day is wake up, get ready, go to work, clock in, clock out, go back home, make yourself food, and sit, live, go to sleep, and on a fucking repeat every day, all day. That is
Okay, I'd like to bring a small argument
Go ahead.
about this. You know, it's not that everyone is how can I say? I don't want to say uncomfortable because it makes it sound like
okay. It's not like not everyone is not happy about this life.
It's, okay, in this life is not like a book. It's not like a manual. Everyone's got their own race. Everyone's got their own path.
Of course.
You see? So in that, I'm trying to say that you might have had it difficult, okay?
Yeah.
And achieve the same results as someone who's been in a comfortable setup. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That person somehow in life would have smiled at him, good background, good family, and things might have gone easier. But for him as well, there are some demons that he fought, like discipline and all these kind of things to become. For example, let's say you're working in a company.
Yeah.
Me and you have got different backgrounds. I want to thrive, I want to achieve financially. Okay? I'm from that background, and you, my friend, are from financially stressed background. So my dreams and your dreams don't become the same. I have a different kind of comfort zone, and you've got a different kind of comfort zone.
Definitely. I'm not talking about that spectrum.
Okay,
My
which spectrum?
my point is this. Remember when I was working in a construction company,
Yeah.
right? Was I doing my job by the book? No. I was having fun while doing my job.
Yeah.
You know, you remember you would come to me to the office and be like, Abdurrahman, let's check this thing out. And I'm like, let's fucking do it.
Okay.
First of all, I was able to move freely because the employer had 100% faith that I would never leave my job halfway
Yeah.
because that's my nature. But I was always ambitious to do more, to have fun at work.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is the people who go to work and complain about their work they begged for, you know? And I'm not saying everyone should be a freelancer, everyone should be self-employed, everyone. There are always things that you can do to change the routine. Always aim for more. Because you know what? I don't know if you noticed, the people who are, I consider my friends, like you, like Bahtiar, like Charles, like Stefan, like the other guys, I would say we kind of have the same mentality. We come from completely different backgrounds. Speaking of which, we come from completely different countries, different ethnicity, different religions, a lot of things, different languages.
But the Nazi really comes from far.
Yeah, that one is crazy. But what is the thing that unites
Shout
us?
out.
Yeah, the Nazi. So what is the thing that unites us all? The ambition to do more. I mean, Bahtiyar is I always go back to like your major in life. He's an architect, but he does videography, he does montage, he does a lot of other things. You are in business, but you are in food and beverages sector, and you are in the business, not the way you studied it, but in a different aspect, and etc. etc. There is always.
You are a civil engineer.
I'm a civil engineer. I have nothing to do with civil engineering. So
You've got a studio,
it's not a. I mean, I wouldn't say it was forced on us. We decided that we want more. We decided like I can't sit in an office from 9 to 5. Please, as I said again, I'm repeating it. I'm not attacking people. I'm not saying no one should work 9 to 5. No, some people are working 9 to 5, but living their lives, traveling whenever they want to, whenever they can, trying to do new things in life, doing yoga, going to the gym, trying different adventure, go hike, go camp, go do things out of the.
So you'd
routine.
want people to be robots.
Exactly. That's my own.
That's the summary for it.
That's the summary for it. Not the whole summary for it, just one part of it.
I wanted to add on to that. When people in their comfort zone, in my own perspective, I think sometimes, there are stages to be in a comfort zone. For example, you also sometimes, when as a freelancer, you are in your comfort zone. Sometimes. Okay, listen to what I have to say first. Sometimes when you're in your own field, let's say you're working an entrepreneur, you're doing something. There's a time when you get stuck, for example. Then you just pause. You reflect on the failures.
Cool.
You use those failures as lessons. And now you're not doing anything. You're just trying to re-strategize to see how can I solve this problem? How can I go forward? You start seeking, you start digging more. This is also part of Of growth. But now you're in your comfort zone because you've withdrawn yourself back and you're checking out the other options and like that. So in a way, sometimes comfort can bring creativity.
And let me
finish this and then you can attack this.
Can attack this.
And then you can also be, you can be when you're in your comfort zone, your mental health is at the best state. Because you're comfortable, things are going, because the most important thing is being in control. Like human beings or any living thing, it wants to be in control of their environment. When things start going left or right, everyone's like, what's going on now? This is why you see a lot of people, they resist change so much. They always ask themselves, they always limit, because everything, whatever you want to do, we want to start a podcast. There's many limitations. Are we going to be? Do we look okay? Is our accent okay? What are people going to say? What are people going to comment, Yeah. But for you to break through that barrier out of your comfort zone. Right now, I'm getting better with podcasts. We're all getting better. Everything we've done is because we moved. Normally on a Sunday, you want to have mangal, or Saturday, or you don't want to do anything. As a worker, 9 to 5, Saturday you're free, or Sunday you're free. So your comfort zone is what? Staying at home with your family, playing station, or just eating and wasting time and not doing productive things. You stay the same, you don't change. But for example, now we've started a podcast. We know on Saturday mornings we have to come. Maybe it's going to blow up. Counting on you guys. Please subscribe, follow, like, reshare, and
all the things that can support.
All the things that can do. We have an Instagram account. Please follow as well. We are setting up a TikTok account.
Yeah, it's already set.
So yeah. So it's all in that. Moving back, I'll hand over the stick to you again.
You said a few things that I'm going to go through them one by one.
Yes,
but
number one. Yeah.
According to what I remember. You said lean back and check the water, let me say, you call it comfort zone. Actually, I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna call it a calculated risk.
Okay.
Because you already took the risk of doing something on your own or whatever. So by defeating comfort zone, I'm not saying go head on, go fight, go march, go do whatever. No, 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 no.
I was trying to simplify it, like break it down, and
I see.
and some things.
Just for others not to misunderstand, let's call it a calculated risk. I'm not saying always go outside the box, go always do something new. There are pros and cons for everything in life. So take a risk, but take a calculated risk. Let's say I always bring myself the story. When I decided to quit that job and do my like freelancing, being my own employer, I took a calculated risk. I'm like, what are the chances of me failing or not? I had faith in my own abilities. And my biggest issue, or let's say my target was, will I be able to make the same salary in a month? I made 4 times the salary in my first week. And that was my biggest sign, like, go ahead, green light. You might not make enough money in the first month, 3, but just don't
Or
lose
first
hope.
year.
First year. I was one of the very few lucky people that could make money in the first week. A lot of people are not. So all that you have to do is faith in yourself before anything else. Another thing I'm going to talk about, the word that you mentioned, limit or limitations.
Limitations, yeah.
Yeah, look, there are things, there are limits. You have to accept for a fact that you cannot defeat them. For example, last time you and I were talking about traveling. You know for a fact that your passport, my passport, doesn't allow us to travel that free.
Yep.
So you accept these limits. But there are other limits that you, in your head, you put them in front of you, or you draw them, you draw that cage, that limit, and you're like, I cannot pass that limit.
Yep.
This is the limit I'm talking about. You can always do something within reach. Last thing, you said comfort comes in stages.
Yeah.
And what I've been thinking about, comfort is more like, or comfort zone is more like a disease. And it has stages, it has symptoms. If I were to throw symptoms, first of all, symptom number 1, the boredom that you feel in your life. You feel like every day is just the same. You don't feel challenged. You don't feel
stagnant.
Exactly. And symptom number 2, and this is the thing that everyone who goes through, or whoever is in the comfort zone goes through, you feel envious. When you look at other friends around you, whether it is in reality, whether it's in social media, and you feel like they're doing better than you, not necessarily doing better than you, but once you have this feeling, this person is doing better. That person took the risk. That's why they're doing better.
Than you.
While you're just checking them on the sidelines and you're like, why aren't I doing as good as they are? This is the second symptom. So there are always ways to fix. For me, number 1,
Okay, so you're still talking about how you can fix the things, but how would you relate comfort zone, growth, and change? You see, I think these can, okay, if you want to move from,
you can never have a growth.
if you want to move, okay, this is a simple equation. For you to grow,
You need to change.
you need to move or you need to change. So I wanted to bring a point. This is why you could see back in time, our parents could stay in one company for the rest of their lives. They were in their comfort zone. Everything was comfortable for them than us now. The salaries that they were getting during that time, they could pay their mortgage for the house. By the time they retire, they finished paying for that house. So they were comfortable knowing that their kids had food, medical aid, school fees, everything was calculated, everything was balanced. But where it is right now, me and you and these guys, we can't be in comfort zone. Even rich people now, this is why you see now the rich people or the wealthy people, they make investments. They don't use money from government or salary.
I mean, the rich been doing it since ever. That's why they are rich.
That's why they were rich, exactly.
You see?
But that time, 25 years ago, not many people were financially literate.
Yes.
Because there was a fixed system. The government will make you so comfortable.
That's what they were feeding you on the TV.
That's why, you see, after work, they'll come home, 5 o'clock, everyone is watching the TV, have your dinner, get bored, go to sleep, next day, same routine, go to school.
And if you want to do something out of usual, let's make another baby.
You have to be a doctor. You have to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Because they were now trying to program you for this life.
Change.
But now it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? You can't afford to be in a comfort zone now. Number 1, there's hyperinflation. Like prices are rising. If you check the inflation during that time and the inflation now, your money can just disappear in the bank. You know?
The other day, a guy was talking about, like, this is a whole completely different topic, but a guy was talking about TV back then costed $500, and the first payment for a house was, let's say, $500. But now the TV is still $500.
That's the hyperinflation
Yeah.
I was talking about.
And the TV is still $500, but the down payment for a house is $100,000. And now the older generation, they look at us and they're like, this generation, you always prioritize TVs and phones over house. Motherfuckers, you were able to buy a house for $2,000.
Exactly.
Now $2,000 doesn't even buy you a car. It's not even a down payment for a car.
A phone. You
A
can't
phone.
even buy a phone.
A phone. Bahtiyar bought a laptop the other day. Bought a laptop for more than $2,000. You see? So I sold you out.
So yeah.
Yeah, like on this point, the other day I was in a construction company and there was a guy working there. His name is Hassan. Hassan was working in a construction company. They told me for 42 years on the same table. I swear to God, the same table. It went yellow. What the fuck, bro? It's Ramadan. I'm sorry, but what the fuck?
So yeah, you need to move out of your comfort zone. You need to embrace change. So first of all, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So now I'm going to speak not as an expert on things that I've done for me to. The most important thing for you to do in such a situation is for you to change your habits. Move out of the comfort zone. When you move out of the comfort zone, it's like have you ever walked in a corridor, in a dark corridor with those censored lights? When you take a step, you only discover
The surrounding.
Step by step. When you move your legs, the lights keep on coming. These are like opportunities, literally speaking. These are opportunities. Every light that goes on, it's like an opportunity and an opportunity. And then when you look back, let's say you set, let's say 6 to 9 months, by the time you look back, you yourself, you'll be afraid of the dark that's behind you now. Like, wow, could I have done this? Where am I now? You see? So this is like, how can I say? It's another way of how you can start. The most important thing is to start. This is what I'm only trying to explain.
This is the nice way. But in reality, you're going to walk and some sensors are going to be a little bit dull. They're not going to work.
Some of them might even
until
not
you
work.
wave to them.
Until you wave. Yeah.
That's the reality one. Not all the lights going to light up in front of you.
I was just trying to give a picture of how moving out of your comfort zone feels.
Exactly.
And then the other thing is, you can watch our other episode on setting smart goals for yourself.
S. Specific.
M. Measurable. A.
Watch here. Here. Watch here.
Okay. So you'll finish it on after watching that episode. So yeah, you just package it into small, you manage them small.
Look.
And then you can start moving out of your comfort zone.
For me, it is like this.
Yes.
I'm not, as you said earlier, I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who went through it, and sometimes I'll still go through it. It is not like, go out of it once and that's it. You're safe. No, every now and then it's going to pop up. As Bahtiyar earlier said, statistically speaking, you should learn something new every 6 months. Bro.
That's where all the fun is, actually, if you ask me.
Exactly. I mean, what did I know about video editing before the podcast? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yes, we can say necessity.
This guy, he taught himself how to do social media.
Photoshop.
Or Photoshop.
We're not going to talk about Photoshop. Okay. So, what I want to say, as I said, I'm not an expert. I just have 2 tips. And I'm going to say, this is what I applied on myself and this is what worked out for me. First of all, surround yourself with people who are risking it. I don't have friends who are always afraid to take risks. All the people that I have around me are risking it. Somehow they go and they take you with them. And the people who just sit and whine, you're going to just catch it. It's like a contagious disease. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't know, just break the cycle with the small things. If you're driving back home, take a different route. If you go to... This is something you have a problem with. You don't try different food.
No.
Okay.
I don't try... What's this called? Fish and all this kind. What's this called?
Seafood.
fucking don't like seafood.
Okay, you don't like a certain category,
Yeah.
but it's not like you are afraid of trying
No,
different food.
no, I can try.
For me, when I'm so hungry, I don't like to try.
Exactly.
I
yeah,
just go
exactly.
for the main thing.
Yeah, just to be
But-
safe, you know.
Exactly,
You don't want
just
to
be safe.
regret, you know.
That's a comfort zone.
There's a comfort
But
zone. Yeah.
generally, I feel like trying different food.
Seafood, guys, come me out.
I
I've once had
hated
them.
seafood
I've once
until
had
I
them.
tried them once, and now I like them. Like I go for seafood once a week. So
The other thing about comfort zone, take the small wins,
yes,
okay? But this guy, for example, let's say he managed to list and sell a property and got the commission. And I'm like, bro, you just take the win. He's like, no, I have to sell. I have to sell 3 more, you know, which is good, you know, to set goals, to set targets for yourself, you know.
I'm always afraid of this leaning back, sitting, feeling comfort.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I took the win, and now I'm comfortable. I'm secured for the next, let's say, 2 months.
But I always tell you sometimes, I didn't say you should sit for 2. Just you need to be careful of burnouts, you know.
I'm already burned out. This is the worst that can happen. You know this Family Guy?
I don't know.
Just do it. It's cartoon, American cartoon. Just do it. Take risk. Leave the house. It went down in a very dark way. Go start a new family. The guy was married. It's like, go start a new family, have kids, have a problem with the first family, and then go get married to a guy and like become gay, and then get exposed, stab him, kill him, live off the grid. It went too dark. So I'm gonna say, just take the first step.
I believe you can all step out of your comfort zones.
What makes you believe?
Because they are what diverse brew viewers. We give the best information and advice.
Makes sense.
I had one question.
Yes.
Let's talk about always run.
Yeah. You should stay on the run.
Yes.
You should be a fugitive.
Just do it. Start a new life. That's what I was talking about.
What if you die tomorrow?
Huh?
If you die tomorrow,
But you are running.
Okay, wait.
running.
You know?
Why are you running?
Why are you
running?
you know, on this thing that you said, what if I die tomorrow? The other day, once someone wrote on the internet, he said, when I die, I hope it is before I go to work. I don't
Before I go.
before I go
I
to
don't want
work.
to waste my.
Exactly. I don't want to go to work and kill myself, and at the end of the day,
I
I
don't want
die.
to die for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
And he said, it's better for me to die in the morning so I don't have to go to work. So
I don't have to die twice. You see?
He's like, I'd rather die in the morning so I don't go to the work than to die at night. It's not easy.
You know sometimes I'm running.
This, you don't know, bro. This,
So is it better to live comfort after
I've got one quote for you, sir. Would you live 1 year as a lion or would you live 100 years as sheep?
Fuck was that?
as a sheep?
100 years as a sheep. Bro, the life of sheep is not bad though.
The sheep is a fucking running away from the fucking lions, you know?
Bro, have you seen this photo of a herd of sheep leaving one gate?
There's no fence.
There was
and
no
they-
fence.
Yes, and they all trying to squeeze out of the gate that they are used to.
yes. That's the sheep
This is
mentality.
us, human beings.
Yeah.
Bro, there's one book you should read. It's called Jewish Wealth or something. Bro, if you read this,
I started recently. It's called the 5 a.m.
bro.
Club.
Okay, let's finish now. We're talking about books.
I mean, it's fine. Bro, when you said, what if I die tomorrow? Sometimes I think about it. I cannot even fucking afford to die. I cannot even afford to die. Like, I'm like, what if I die tomorrow? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? Okay, I have this payment to collect. Does my wife know about this payment to collect? Are they gonna be good people and pay my wife and my kid? That's number one. Number two, my kid, who's gonna do this for him? Who's gonna teach him? Who's gonna do that? Bro, a lot of questions in my head. I'm like, wait, I cannot die. I mean, it's not like, the life of my kid is dependent on me. I know that he's gonna manage.
The real magic happens beyond your safe space.
Amen.
What's waiting on the other side?
Okay.
Whichever side.
Afterlife.
Find out next time.